Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives, DOL. Spoilers recap for Thursday, March 16, reveals that Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, and Kayla Johnson, Mary Beth Evans, woke up to find that Kate Roberts Brady, Lauren Koslow, was missing from the lab. After mulling over the possibility that Kate escaped on her own, Marlena and Kayla realized she wouldn't have locked the door behind her if that were the case. Marlena also found an older cryogenic cylinder in the room and wondered who had previously been stashed there. Kayla and Marlena considered Stefano Demura, Joseph Mascolo, as an option before deciding it probably wasn't him after all. Once Kayla broke a piece off the cylinder, she used it to pick the door lock so she could make a getaway with Marlena. In San Francisco, on Thursday's Days episode, Paul Narita, Christopher Scene, was lifting weights when John Black, Drake Hodgeston, showed up at the door. After Paul hugged John and asked how he was holding up following Marlena's death, John didn't see the point in talking about his feelings. John also filled Paul in on the mission to find Megan Hathaway, Miranda Wilson, since she'd stolen the orchid. Paul admitted Andrew Donovan, Colton Little, hadn't mentioned anything and eventually clarified that they weren't really talking anymore. Although Andrew and Paul felt some heat, the whole long-distance thing didn't work out. John gave Paul some tough love and encouraged him to make the necessary adjustments since Andrew made him happy. In Washington, D.C., Steve Johnson, Stephen Nichols, showed up in Andrew's office at the ISA headquarters. Andrew extended his hand as a greeting, but Steve didn't take it and grumbled since he got the runaround on the phone. That's why Steve decided to come get some answers face-to-face, but Andrew said he couldn't give them since Steve and John didn't have clearance. John and Steve had previously been brainwashed by Megan, so some of the higher-ups had concerns about them still being compromised. Steve guilt-tripped Andrew before heading for the door, but Andrew stopped him. After Andrew pulled up Megan's file on his computer, he let Steve know it was there and asked if he could get him a cup of coffee. Andrew said it'd take him about 3 or 4 minutes, so Steve accepted the coffee offer, which was really an offer to let him sneak a peek at Megan's file. That led to Steve calling John and giving him updates on a possible location for Megan. It was a long shot, but John and Steve also knew it might be the only shot they had. Later that evening, on Thursday's DOL show, Paul flashed back to sharing a kiss with Andrew. When someone showed up at the door, Paul was surprised to see Andrew standing there. Once Steve and John made it to Megan's possible hideout, they broke in a door with guns drawn and looked surprised over what they found. On Thursday's Days episode, Kayla and Marlena also got a shock once the lab door was open. Over with Kate, she awoke in another lab area and learned Megan was ready to begin Phase 2. Megan explained that the stolen orchid allowed for another dose that kept Kate alive, but it also had healing properties that helped Megan and someone very dear to her. Kate wondered if she was sure since Megan didn't look so great, so Megan eventually admitted she hadn't fully recovered from being dead. That's why Megan intended to use Kate as a guinea pig for a new serum, which could come with the unfortunate side effect of death if it didn't make her stronger. Kate managed to slip free from the ropes Megan had used to restrain her, so she caught Megan off guard and punched her. Once Megan was unconscious on the floor, Kate made a break for it. When Kate stepped outside the door, she was stunned to come face to face with Bo Brady, Peter Reckel, though he didn't seem to recognize her. At Statesville, on Thursday's Days episode, Roman Brady, Josh Taylor, visited Lucas Horton, Brian Dattilo, and talked to him about Megan being the orchid thief. Lucas had never even heard of Megan since neither Kate nor Stefano ever mentioned her, at least not in front of him. After Roman shared his regrets about all the time he wasted being apart from Kate, Lucas shared some regrets of his own when it came to Sami Brady's Allison Sweeney kidnapping. Although Lucas knew Sami and Roman would never forgive him, Roman insisted Lucas was Kate's son and that she forgave him. The way Roman saw it, These visits with Lucas were a good way to honor Kate's memory. At the pub afterward, Roman talked to Kate's urn and hoped she'd find a way to communicate with him again. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Kate's survival will lead to some jaw-dropping news for Lucas and Roman down the road, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Days of Our Lives Gossip YouTube channel for more update news.